Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ify Artistry. If this is your first time dropping by my video, you are highly welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming by. Okay guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be transforming my gorgeous client. So we glammed her up for her graduation ceremony. Yeah guys, so this is actually one of those days that I was rushing to, like complete this makeup look because like we didn't start on time. We got to her place quite early in the morning, but like for some reason she said that she didn't set up her alarm, so she didn't wake up. Yeah, so we actually had, I think, less than an hour to do her makeup, and it was really a rush because we had to beat the time. And this is one of those things that I don't really fancy, like rushing makeup like that. Okay, so let me just continue with the makeup process and tell you guys how I actually achieved this. So first of all, I cleaned her face with a micellar water, and I'm using my moisturizer, the Embroylisse moisturizer, to moisturize her face. So one thing about this Embroylisse moisturizer is that it contains a primer, and like it's a very good hydrating moisturizer. So I applied that all over her face, on her under eyes. I make sure that I use that to moisturize her skin, her face very well, and I use my hand to massage it into her skin. So it's quite important for you to like blend the products into the skin very well, like blend it very well. So after that, I use my hydro grip primer to like prime her face. So at this point, I am really helping, like I'm trying so much to make sure that each product dries into the face before I move on to the next one, because that's actually going to be an issue if I don't let it dry into the skin. I know the implication. So I'm trying my best to make sure every product dries into the skin before I apply another one. So while doing this, like my fan is always on, so like I get close to the face with the fan. So immediately I'm applying it, I'm trying to help myself, use the fan to dry it into the skin and blend it immediately. So because like there is no much time, and this is summer, there's a lot of sun, there's a lot of heat everywhere, and all that. So we are trying to equally make sure that this makeup is going to last on her face for a longer time. So after that, I'm going to be using my Becca primer to prime her, basically her brows and her T-zone, just a few places anyway. So I was not going to like put on this primer, the Becca primer, every other place. The Becca primer is actually a mattifying primer, so I'm just trying to prime her T-zone with it. Okay guys, so after that, I'm going to be using this spray. This is the Tilbury spray. I'm going to be using that to like set her entire face, and use my fan to dry it up. Okay guys, so moving ahead, I mixed the Huda Beauty foundation and L'Oreal True Match foundation together to achieve her skin tone, or her skin shade, I believe. Like I mixed these two foundations together, and after mixing the foundation, I begin to blend it into the skin. After mixing it, sorry, I place it on her face, and then I begin to blend it into the skin, into her skin. So it is my goal to make sure that I blend the foundation properly into the skin. Anyway, did I even mention to you guys that I'm the one that installed the hair? Like we had limited time, and I still had to install her hair and do her makeup with the limited time. Like it was crazy. It was like I didn't know how I was able to pull this off, but yeah, the only thing that happened is I couldn't like take enough pictures. I couldn't like really take pictures at the end of the day, but yeah. So after that, I'm going to be using the not Huda Beauty, Nuban Beauty concealer in the shade 043. I'm placing that in the inner corners of her eyes. Like I'm going to use that to conceal her face as her highlighter. So I place that on the face, and I'm going to be using the Tarte shape concealer. I could have been showing this product, but I'm not showing it because like I don't have time. You can see like I'm equally trying to use my fan to dry this concealers a little bit, because yeah, I love when I place for concealers on the face. I'm going to let it sit for a while, like dry up a little bit and get tacky, but I don't have none of those time. So I just go ahead and start blending. So I'm trying to use my fan to help me with the to help me and like dry up these products a little bit before I continue. Okay, guys, so when I know, okay, yeah, it's a little bit dried up now. I'm just going to go ahead and use my beauty blender and start pushing it into the skin. Yeah, so I'm trying my best to beat her because like her parents, her auntie, everybody just waiting, and the mother keep asking, her mom keep asking me, how much longer do we have? Do you understand that kind of thing? So like it was like a rush, and I don't know, I didn't want her to go be late, even though I know it's not my fault, but I mean I still want her to be early to her graduation, because one thing with this country is that if you come late to graduation, like it's not just you, there's a lot of people graduating. So if you come late, they're going to leave you behind. So I was trying to make sure she is not late, and I was trying to rush and like get things ready. Okay, guys, so I mixed my foundations together. I think how was the name of this foundation? I mixed Blot Beauty foundation and Lorel True Match foundation together, I think, to achieve her contour shade. Yeah, in as much as I'm looking at the contour, I feel like it's a little bit darker. But yeah, those are the two things. I mean, I think I'll just like rushing to, like get this sorted and out of the way. Like had it been I could jump some makeup steps, I could have jumped a lot, because um I was just, like doing my best. All thanks to God. I have somebody with me. Somebody came to this job with me. Her name is Hannah. Her name is Hannah. You guys wouldn't know her though. She helped me. She's helping me out, and I think that's why we are filming. Because if I had got to this job, if I have gone to this job alone, of course I'm not going to record, because I was really not interested in the video. I was interested in the job. So Hannah was helping me look after the video and all that. Okay, guys. So moving on, I'm going to be using my blush from this brand. I'm going to be putting this on the screen, so I'm going to try and put some of this product on the screen so that you guys can see. I'm using the blush to like I added the blush on her cheeks, and then I'm going ahead to blend the concealers under her eyes that I left to like get tacky. So guys, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I keep blending this product into her skin, the concealer. I'm trying to make sure that is well blended and everything is fine. Guys, in as much as I'm rushing and I'm trying to make this work and all that, can you see how soft and smooth this face is? Like everything is looking so nice, honestly, even though I'm rushing. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be using the Nuban no, I'm going to be using the Merak Cosmetics. I said the Nuban Beauty, so I'm going to be using the Merak Cosmetics setting powder in the shade Cinnamon. Yes, I'm going to be using that to set the under eyes, because the under eyes, you can see, like, one good thing I love about Cinnamon, like these products, like whenever you use it and set the face, like somebody will barely know that that face has been set, because like it gives you the natural shade that you have on that face. That's one good thing I love about the product. So I just use it to set you can see, like, I love this product so much. The Merak Cosmetics setting powder is actually a very good product. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I'm going to use that to set the under eyes, the highlighted areas, not just the under eyes. So all the places I placed my highlighter, I'm going to be using it to blend and set those places. So this setting powder is very nice, like I said. So it helps me set and set the under eyes. And after that, I use my powder. I'm using the what's the name? Is it classic powder? Milani. The Milani powder in the shade, I think 108 to set. Like, so I'm using it to push in the setting powder, the rack that I just set before. If you have been watching my videos, you will understand what I'm just doing. So when I'm done setting the face with a loose powder, I use a pressed powder to push it in. So that way, I'm going to get all these flawless, smooth, flawless under eyes that you do admire. Yeah, so that is it. I love it when I am done setting with loose powder. I'll just use setting powder and just run through it. Okay, guys, so to an extent, I wish if you see this video at this point in real life, it's looking really nice. So sometimes I do say this in most of my videos, or sometimes I do say it, that the clothes you wear has a lot of role to play on the video you are making. So this point I feel like my client's face is like looking somehow. That is because of the dress she's wearing. Like, this dress does not complement the makeup. Like, it's just looking weird sometimes, or even the environment. But I don't think the environment is bad. I think it's the dress. Because when she changed her dress, you guys are going to see how this makeup is going to be like. Yeah, sometimes the dress you wear for the glam has a lot to say, or have a lot to do with the how your video is going to turn out. I just want to drop that there. It's not I'm not trying to say it so that you guys will think my job is fine or whatever. No. I'm just telling you, yeah, the dress you wear has a lot to do with that. Okay, guys, so moving on, I'm just going to use brow tamer to tame down her brows. I'm just taming down the brows, like just taming it down to set it, and so I can draw the brows. And this is equally another step I do wish I can actually skip. So one day when I was making videos, when I was working on a client here, because I don't have assistants that work with me anymore, so I try to skip some steps too. So one day I tried to skip one step in makeup, and when I did, I regretted why I did that, and I will never try it again. So there are some steps I can never skip, no matter how boring I feel like I am with working. So I can never ever skip some step. I have to do it. So yeah, because sometimes the makeup that you do that makes your jobs look so nice, you might really not know what those things do for the job. So yeah, that is it. So it's really important for me to tame down the brows, not just to keep the hairs at a place. No, that's not just what it does. Like, there's this feathery effect it gives to the brows that I love so much. So I don't think it can be skipped anymore. Okay, guys, so after that, I'm going to be outlining the brows using the brow gel from the Hegai and Esther in the shade Nubia, and I'm using um angled brush from Merak Cosmetics as well. I'm using that to outline the brows. So the first thing I do, first of all, is to outline the brows. When I'm done outlining, the shape and how I want it to be and everything, then I go ahead and fill in the brows, or fill it out, whatever it is. So when I'm filling it, I use just strokes. Like, I try to create strokes on top of this the hairline. So yeah, somehow I love how it looks when I tame it first. So when I do this step and then brush it later, I love how it looks like a very natural feathery brows. I love that more than just shading. Okay, yeah, I see what I'm saying. So when I brush it at this point, like, it's because you guys are seeing it through the phone. So if you see it in real life, it looks amazing and nice. Okay, guys, so moving on, I'm going to be concealing the brows using my Nuban, sorry, Nuban Beauty Concealer, like the one I used under her eyes for her highlighting. And I'm going to be using the Merak Cosmetics angled brush. So for some reasons, I don't know, I don't even think I would stop using Nigerian products. I have to, yeah, use a lot of high-end brands, but Nigerian products, like, most of them, they're just so nice that I still love and appreciate these brands, because Nigerians, they create amazing products. They create amazing products. Yeah, I mean, there are some Nigerian brands that I can never stop using their products. One is Merak. I don't think I can never stop. I just ordered Merak brush set that just came out. Like, I don't think I can ever stop using Merak products. Like, when the products get here, you guys are going to see a review on that, because I do believe that when makeup artists produce things, they are going to, like, it's going to be nice. Anywho, so guys, as I was saying, um, I'm just going to, after that, start concealing the brows, the down part. I'm just, like, changed my position to just run through the upper part of the brows. And I mean, I could have left this brows like this, but you know me. If you have been following my videos, you will always hear me say that I can never ever stop not conceal the upper part of the brows, because I will not feel okay if I don't conceal it. I will always feel like something is missing. So just let me conceal it. That's the only way I can feel fine and feel better. Okay, guys, so I'm just going ahead, trying to conceal and make everything fine. So at this point, I feel like I'm good. In as much as I'm rushing, I could have actually skipped that part of concealing the upper part of the brows and continue because I don't have time. In fact, at this point, I think when I was almost done with the brows, the mother asked me, please, how many minutes more do you have? I think they were telling me that we just have 10 minutes or so. I think my clients actually answered a call from one of her classmates and she says she's already there. So I think that was the issue. So they're like, no, no, we have to go and all that. So I went ahead and set the brow bone with powder, and then I used I didn't use Merak setting powder at this point. I used another setting powder, which should be what I think I used Merak setting powder, but in the shade ginger. Yes, I used Merak setting powder in the shade ginger. I wish I could bring it out to see, but I believe that is it. That is it. Yeah, because yeah, that's the setting powder I could have actually used. So I use a brighter setting powder to just brighten the under eyes and equally help me catch fallout from the eyeshadow. So at this point, I was just trying not to equally waste time. So I used the remnant of concealers on my hand, like at the back of my hand, to as her primer, eyeshadow primer. You see, like I'm trying to be fast right now, so there is nothing like I don't want to go and start looking for eyeshadow primer, eyeshadow base. I mean, concealer can equally be an eyeshadow base, so I'm just trying to do my thing. So after that, I'm using my eyeshadow palette. I'm using the eyeshadow palette. I believe I'm going to be putting it on the screen because um yeah, which is going to cost me a lot of editing right now. But I'm going to be putting it on the screen because yeah, I think you guys really deserve to see the products I'm using. Because a lot of you guys have been asking me, oh please, which products, which eyeshadow, which powder, which concealer. So I'll try and keep them on the screen so that you guys will know the brands and the products. Okay guys, so moving on. Like I said, so yeah, I'm just keep blending this eyeshadow. It's just a very light shade, so I like to blend that. I'm just rushing, blending, trying to create my transition. So after creating my transition, I try to like create the outer V, like try to deepen the outer V. So I have to equally make this eyeshadow look nice because my client already told me she's not going to wear lashes. So I better create a nice eyeshadow for her because if she's not going to wear lashes, at least the eyeshadow has to pop. It has to be very nice. So, I'm very good with blending. I don't even need anybody to say to tell me, but I know I'm good with blending. So because I'm equally trying to be fast, I just have to, because I'm carrying this powder very close to me, so I just have to pick up my powder and put on her eyes. So I could have used pigments and, like lovely colors. And because if she's not going to wear lashes, I could have probably, create one of those magical eyeshadows, but oh no, we are in a rush. And again, as well, my client is a very simple person. I feel like she wouldn't really want, drama, something like that. She's a very simple, she doesn't, something like that. So I went ahead and blend the eyeshadow. After blending, I added a transition color between the dark outer part and the inner shade I put in the beginning. That's the powder. So I added something in a warmth color in between the both of them to transition, to act as a transition between the both. Yeah, because it's not easy for the both of them to mix like that. If I try to mix it, there will be a demarcation. So just the best thing to do is just, transition and you have your way. So when I was done with that, I tried to equally smoke out a little bits of the under eyes, it's not going to be too much, just a little bit of smoking. And after that, I have to, line the eyes. So I'm using the Zaron gel liner, the Zaron gel liner. Yeah, I'm using that to line her eyes, just line. And if I line the upper part, I equally line the down part because like at this point, if anybody can see how I am rushing and trying to beat the time. So after that, I used my mascara on her eyes. It's at this point she told me, yeah, no lashes, please, no lashes. When she said no, like I was supposed to, if it's on a normal setting, I would try to convince her that, oh yeah, let me put a little bit, yeah, I'll trim it down even if you feel it's longer, things like that. But I think we were rushing. I don't even have time to try and convince and stuff. Okay, guys. So moving on, I I am beginning to blend out, or yeah, blend out all the excess powder on her face. As I'm blending them out, first of all, I dust out the powders, because it's possible that the powders I put on her eyeshadow, or even the eyeshadow particles, fell on top of the her under eyes. So the first thing I'm going to do is to first of all dust out, and then push in the remaining powders when I'm sure that there's no eyeshadow there. Okay, guys, so after that, I just use my powder and my blush and my contour just to run over everything again. So after that, I equally use my setting spray from Tilbury. I love this spray so much. I feel like I'm going to really exhaust the spray someday, and the spray will be very, very, very tired of me. Okay, so after I just, like apply the spray on her face everywhere. And then I'm using my glow to just, like add a little bit of glow on her face. So like on the highlighted areas on her face, her nose bridge, everywhere that is, like highlighted, I just try to add my glow there so that everything is going to pop back up. Okay, guys, so moving on, I'm just going to outlining her lips using a dark brown shade to outline the lips. So yeah, so I'm just outlining the lips, and yeah, at this point the mother is already dressed, her father is dressed, and everybody's saying, let's go. So my client is like, how many minutes more? I'm like, I'm done, just the lips, just give me a sec. I'm done, just 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So the Igbo people will say Bapayo. So at this point I have set the ball running, or even set the ground running. So I am doing the best I can, trying to equally achieve, because at the end of the day, no matter how you are rushing, you have to create an amazing look, because there is no excuse to creating a bad makeup look. So you cannot say it's because you are rushing, you will not create a bad look. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, when people see that, they'll be like, who did this makeup? Oh, wow, your makeup is not nice. Something like that. But imagine when nobody will, I mean, the clients might not tell people, oh, she was rushing. That's why the makeup is not nice. Yeah, what the people want to see is how beautiful the work is. So there is no excuse. You have to do your best. So at this point, I'm trying my best to do my best in as much as I'm rushing. So I added an orange shade in the inner corner, and then now I'm adding a nude shade as well to blend them together. I mean, this is a nude, a lips mixture, in a lip combo that I'm already used to. Again, when you are rushing, do something you are used to. Do something you know how to create. Don't go and track, like, let it not be at that point that you are trying to create something new. Do something that you're already used to. That way there will be no mistake. So I'm already used to this lipstain, this lip combo. So I just immediately did it, and then I used my Soopro on her face, told her to hold her breath, and she held her breath, and I sprayed my Soopro on her face. So when I'm done spraying the Soopro, yeah, everything came together, and her face is looking popping and looking nice and beautiful. Yeah, the hair, so I lose the band. You guys will not believe this hair is not pre-plucked, not pre-bleached, not anything. I just installed it, and boom, this is when she already wore. Did you see the difference? This is see the same settings, honestly, the same settings, the same everything. The only difference is just that she changed her dress. I came back, and voila, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you next time. Bye.